Hello, everyone. Kimberly Olson here, coming in live. I wanted to do an impromptu training whenever I get that nudge to come online and share with you something, a message I'm receiving from God. I always come in and do it. I'm very obedient, and it's something that has really paid off over the years. Is when you get that little nudge, you get that little inkling to go live, do the post, connect with the person. I do it. And I'm going to encourage you guys to do that as well. So I titled this The Next 90 Days because I was thinking about how what the next 90 days is gonna be for you guys. And now that I've been around the block, I've been an entrepreneur since 2011, 13 years, coming up on 14 years. I've had my company for 6.5 years. We are inches away from $9 million in revenue we've generated on social media. I've learned a few things, and I want to share with you some of the things I've learned. I wrote down a couple of notes, and I also think this will bring some of you some comfort. I also think that there might be some insight, some ahas for you, and it's just really from the heart what I wanted to share with you. So the first thing, the next 90 days, what you do right now, we just talked about this in Ignited Life Coaching office hours. What you do right now is actually going to show up in your business 90 days from now. I heard that from somebody else. I didn't make it up, but it's true. In network marketing, if you actually look at the statistics, people usually give up around the 6 to 8 week mark, and most breakthroughs happen in weeks 9, 10, 11, 12. It's just how it goes. And what we want to think about is we want to plant seeds in our business and in our minds. We want to be able to take care of those seeds, cultivate the garden, nourish it, and then we're going to reap the rewards 90 days later. So if you want 2025 to be different, I'm going to encourage you to start thinking differently. I'm going to encourage you to start building up your self-identity, how you see yourself. I'm going to encourage you to double down on your daily mindset work. And I'm also going to encourage you to not wait until you have all the answers and you understand all the things. I'm going to encourage you to take messy and perfect action as well, because if you do that now, you're going to see the benefits in 2025. Okay. So if you guys are just jumping on and joining us, thank you for being here. I'm happy to be here and share a little wisdom with you, but this is what I believe. So say hello in the comments. I would love to know, when you think about 2024, did it go the way that you wanted it to go? 9 times out of 10 people will answer no, it did not go the way that they wanted it to go. And if you want 2025 to be different, this is what you need to understand. We all know that the economy, the market, we have elections going on here in the United States. It's not the most amazing time ever globally. And we have a choice of how we show up in this world and how we're seeing ourselves in this world. And you have the opportunity to not buy into all of that, but to choose your own reality, to decide how you're going to show up. And what this is going to come down to, hi, Tracy, what this is going to come down to is how is your own self-identity and how you see yourself in the world. So I see myself as somebody who can navigate any season of business. Okay. I have been through a lot in the last few years. My team has been through a lot. That's why I have just a group of warriors that work with me here at Goal Digger. We have been through a lot. We have navigated so many different things. I want you to think about how you see yourself. Do you see yourself as somebody who can figure things out? Do you see yourself as somebody who can stand the test of time, who can learn business, who can learn social media? You're like, you know what? I am going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to get an audience and get leads and get my social media working and make sales. That comes down to self-identity. The difference between me and you, or if you see somebody else that's in a similar path as you and maybe they take off and you're like, what do they have that I don't? The only difference is that their self-identity is stronger than yours. So you have to change that. You have to start seeing yourself differently. There's this really great quote I wrote down. I heard it a couple weeks ago, and it says, "You will stay stuck exactly where you are until you learn what you need to know to get where you want to go." I'm going to say that again. Okay. You will stay stuck exactly where you are right now. Okay. You guys are going to stay right where you are. You're going to stay stuck until you learn what you need to know to get where you want to go. Think of it this way. If you knew everything you needed, or you had become the person that you needed to become to create the life that you want, you would already have it. There's something in you right now that isn't created yet. And I want you to think about a diamond. I want you to think about how much pressure is put under, to create that rock, to create the diamond, how much pressure it undergoes. The pressure that you're feeling, the problems that you have, the challenges that you're facing, you don't like them. You resist them. I told Scott this morning, good Lord, I was connecting in just through all the communication devices. Okay. Voxer, email, Messenger. We have Slack as a team that we use. We have obviously Messenger and DMs in all of our platforms, text messages. And I said, wow, there's a lot of things that people are going through. Okay. You are not alone. You are not immune to that. We all have problems. Okay. I have gone through some really intense stuff in the last like week and a half. And I know that I'm going through those things. First off, I already know I'll get through them because of my self identity. But second, I know that the things I'm going through, even how I'm leading, right, as a leader here in the online space, leading my team, leading our company, leading our students, I know that I will be having challenges and obstacles and scary things I have to step into because I know that's required for growth. And so it is a growth mindset, I would say for sure. Hey, what's up? It's a growth mindset for sure. But also, what I want to encourage you to realize is that the problems you have and the challenges you're going through are here to help you. Because if you didn't need those challenges and problems, you wouldn't have them. I want you to think about something that you're going through and somebody else goes through it and they handle it totally different than you. And it's not to make yourself feel bad, it's to notice, wow, right? Or opposite. How many of you've had your child had a meltdown in a public place and you've seen, and we might, I don't know if we have, we might have a little spam on LinkedIn. Abby, if you can go check over there. Think about as a mom, meltdown, okay? Child's having a meltdown. One mom is like, oh my gosh, right? And it's a thing and she's upset and like yelling at the kid and like whatever, right? And then another mom's just calmly, handles it. So what is the difference, right? They're both dealing with a strong-willed blessing or a child having a meltdown, but they're handling it differently. So you want to think about that for yourself too. I want you to start embracing challenges. I want you to start embracing problems that you have, knowing they are here to help you. These problems and challenges are helping you to mold you into who you need to become to get what you want. Yeah, we have a little spam on LinkedIn team, if you guys can handle that. No, we cannot talk. All right. So the other thing I want you to think about is successful people fail more times than unsuccessful people even try. Successful people fail more than unsuccessful people even try. I would rather you get in the ring. Okay. I don't know if you guys have, I'm going to read this to you guys. You guys ready for this? It's going to blow your mind. Okay. The Man in the Arena. Have any of you guys heard this before? It's like my favorite in the whole world. Okay. It was a speech in Paris, France in 1910, over 100 years ago. It is not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there's no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt, 1910, one of the best speeches of all time. Wish I could be a fly on the wall there. But we can use those words of wisdom to remind us it's about getting in the game, okay? It's about you getting yourself out there. It's about going live. It's about being on social media totally exposed with random people, stopping by. It's going to happen. Okay. I'm putting myself out there, but I would rather put myself out there and share my message, and hopefully, something I say just lands with you. It's like you needed to hear it today, that you go off and you show up differently today. Because I believe if I can change your heart in some way or get you to see you how I see you, you're going to show up differently in your business. You're going to show up differently as a wife, as a mother, in your community. It does make a difference. Okay. The work I'm doing here makes a difference. The work you want to do with your business makes a difference. The moment you say, well, I'm just one of a million, or the moment you say, I don't know, I don't even know if I could help people. I don't know who would pay me, that you're out of the arena. Okay. You need to get in the arena. You need to say, no, there are people I can help. I have a message that's been given to me in my heart, and I'm going to cultivate that message, that gift that God has planted, that seed he's planted. It's all divine. Okay. If you feel that and you have that dream in your heart, that is not by accident. That is God given. And it is our job and our duty to cultivate that, to honor it and give him the glory, but also know that it's not easy. It's not easy to put yourself out there. It's not easy to build a business on social media. If it was, everybody would do it, right? But I also want to remind you guys that, and I have a gift for you guys for participating in this time together. It's not a training. It's just me heart to heart. Wanted to talk to you guys today, but we do have a gift for you guys. So I'll show you guys that in a second. The final thing I want to share with you guys, because I know for some of you, there's been some ups and downs in your business and you're wondering, is it for me? Can I do this? Who am I? Right? I want you to understand, yes, there's the law of rhythm. Hey, Kim. So I teach this inside. Oh, hey, Mary. The law of rhythm is something that we teach inside of the Millionaire Mindset Experience. And it's a universal law. So universal laws are just widely accepted laws that we universally, right? Universal law, but they're widely accepted because the science supports it. History supports it. We've studied these things. So one of them is the law of rhythm. It's one of my favorites. And what the law of rhythm says is that there will be ups and downs. Okay. So if your business is going well, your marriage is going well, your kids are doing well, we want that to be forever. And we pray for that. And the law of rhythm says what goes up must come down. Okay. Meaning there are ups and then there's downs. So it's not to sit here and think, why are things a struggle right now? Why is this happening? Oh no, the world is ending. No, no, no. What we want to understand with the law of rhythm is that when things are tough, they're going to get better. Okay. When they're good, we celebrate that. We rejoice in that. We've earned that, right? And we are so grateful for that. And we can hang on to that when we're in the law of rhythm. When things aren't so great, we want to remind ourselves there will be better days. I always tell myself when I'm having an off day, because I do. And, for me, I'm a big empath. So if anybody's sad or anything, even if it's a movie, I feel like it's happening to me. Literally, Family Matters is our TV show we watch. And I cry in every episode. Like the whole family looks at me because they're like, she's going to be crying, because I can feel it, or the message, it's like so sweet. And I always tell myself, that you won't always feel this way. And I'm like, yeah, I won't always feel this way. And I just encourage myself just to be with it, just to be with those feelings as they are. So one of the things that you want to think about with your business is that, going off of the law of rhythm, is that your business has seasons. Okay. So just like we have fall, winter, spring, and summer, your business has seasons. What that means is you're going to have, if you think about springtime and we're planting, right? Spring is the time of planting. If depending on where you live, things are thawing out, right? If there's more blue skies, trees are starting to blossom, right? Things are happening. So we're planting, right? You're planting in the spring. And we get to reap the benefits of that in the summer. Okay. So we get to reap the benefits of that in the summer, and it's plentiful and it's beautiful and it's magical. And then we go into the fall where things start to die, right? I'm like, always when I see the leaves, I'm like, oh, this time of year is just so hard for me, but I also love the holidays, but I don't like it when the leaves are falling off and things just don't look the same, right? I think we all kind of have that in us. And I see that you see that season in front of you where the leaves are falling off, things are dying, because we know they're going to bloom again, right? But they're dying. And then we have the winter, and the winter is a bit barren. The winter is where we're maybe living off of what we harvested already, right? It's, there's not as much going on. It's colder, days are shorter. And then we have springtime again. It's the same thing in your business. You're going to have seasons where things are going really well. What I want to encourage you to do when things are going really well is to be grateful for that, but also to be wise. Be a good steward with what you do have. So if you have additional resources come in, a spike in your revenue, put some money aside for the winter months. Put some money aside. What is this? No, sorry, somebody on TikTok is trying to come onto my live. No, this is Kimberly Olson right now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So hi, Diane. So you put some money away, you set some money aside, but you also don't get all bajiggity when suddenly you don't have as many sales coming in, or your engagement. I mean, everybody's going bananas about low engagement. I'm like, do you want to just go ahead and do a little search of how many times people have said low engagement? Oh my gosh, the engagement. I've done trainings on a million trainings on this. Okay. Engagement is down. Go look at the history of social media. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. But what do? We're like, oh my gosh, engagement's down. No, when it's good, celebrate that, enjoy it. Like, this is awesome, knowing it's going to go down. So when it goes down, you don't panic. You're like looking at things totally different. Okay. So is this making sense for you guys? My main message I want to get to you right now, and I'll go ahead and transition into sharing the free resource for you guys, is I know there's somebody watching this that wonders if they can do this. There's a part of you that is doubtful. There's thoughts that aren't supporting you. There's garbage talk going on, mental chatter, right? Well, when you have that first thought of, I'm gonna build a business on social media, or what if I could replace my income online, or what if I could start a side hustle from social media, right? And that first thought is godly. When you get that idea, you're excited. That thought is godly. It's divine. Always ask yourself, is this helping me or hurting me? Addison's having a little trouble with some friends, and she keeps bringing up this person. And I said, look, bottom line, is this friend making your life better or worse? And she's like, worse. I'm like, then that's not a friend that you need to keep around. Okay. It's easy here. Friendships. Is this helping me or hurting me? Thoughts. Is that helping me or hurting me? Is it making my life better or worse? The first thought you have is, I'm going to go build a business. I'm going to start a brand. I want to do what Kimberly is doing. I want to go live and encourage people. That's godly. The next thought is not godly. The next thought that says, well, who am I to do that? Or Kimberly's so comfortable in front of the camera. I could never be like her. Who would even listen to me? I don't have a background. I don't even know how to like hit the button to go live, right? I don't know what I'm doing. No, I could never do that. Those thoughts are not godly. Those thoughts are not you. Those thoughts are not of anything good. So what you want to get really good at is being able to honor the first thought, but also say to yourself over and over again, I can do this. As Diane always says, everything is figure outable. I can figure this out. I've got this. God's got me. And if you really did have faith, if you have a strong faith, because I know our community is very strong faith as a whole, if you really had a strong faith in God and you really believed in him and his abilities, and he gave you the idea and planted the idea in your heart to create something or be something or help people, why would you doubt that? Why would you doubt that? Then you're doubting him. That doesn't even make any sense. So I think you need to challenge the doubt. I think you need to challenge the thoughts that aren't serving you. And I think you need to replace those thoughts. That would be my best advice to you. The only difference between me and you is what I say to myself versus what you say to yourself. So it might be time for you to change that. It might be time for you to start talking to yourself differently and telling yourself you can do this. Okay? All right, I'm going to share my screen. The team, if you're on, they're going to drop the link for you guys. Also, we'll put up a post for this later, but just put the word newsletter in the comments if you want to get on our newsletter. Oh man, I'll put a post up later, but in our newsletter, we're dropping, Abby, can you tell them in the comments if you're on here? I think you're on here. Let them know what they're going to get in the newsletter while I go over this, okay? Put newsletter in the comments. We're sending it out tomorrow. It's going to blow you. It's awesome. Okay. It's jam packed with value and tips, but we've got like a 30 days in there for you. And Abby's going to put in there because I can't remember. Okay. So I think you guys can see me here sharing this stuff. Okay. So this is the Goal Digger sales pipeline. So our team will put the Trello board link in the comments for you. So I put together a Trello board. So this is going to take you through an entire sales process. Okay. New leads, pre-qualifying. I'm going to show you how to find leads on social and DM them and ask them to take a look at what you have without spamming them. I have scripts for you. I'm going to show you the process I've used for years and years and years and years. I've actually used it for network marketing, direct sales, affiliate, as a coach, with our courses, everything you can think of. So it's going to have scripts in here. It's going to walk you through all the things. Then there's a 20-minute training from me. This is the gold because this is actually our 19 minutes. This is actually going to show you how to use the board. Okay. So we will put, yes, she's on here. Okay. So Abby put the link there for you guys on Facebook. If you're on the other platforms, if you click our Stand Store, our link in bio, you can get the Trello board for it. And then you'll see also too, we have a Slay Your Sales Bootcamp coming up. We'll have more details on that, but that'll be in November. So that way you guys can really start to get the whole sales process down. Make sure you register for that. But yeah, we have this awesome newsletter that's for our special subscribers. So make sure you're on that newsletter list so you guys can get that. And then the final thing we have is free to our community. Going along with what we've been talking about today is start thinking about next year. Oh, that's what it was. Thanks, Abby. She keeps me straight. 30 days of Instagram carousel ChatGPT prompts. Drop the mic. So we have that in the newsletter for you. So just put newsletter in the comments. We'll get you on the list. Okay. Next week, Wednesday, October 30th, I am going to do a business planning session. I do it every year. And last year we charged for it, and this year we're not. So consider yourself lucky. Let's rock this thing. What we're going to do in it is I'm going to teach you something called strategic road mapping, where we're going to identify personally, professionally, what we're going to accomplish next year together. Then I'm actually going to help you figure out the strategy for each of those, and then the specific action steps or how-tos. Most people will just set goals like, I want to be a six-figure earner. I want to quit my job. I want to be healthy, but they actually don't have a strategy in place to accomplish it. Think about right now, where you're at right now. We're almost 10 months in. Yeah, 10 months of the year being done. Think about what you set out to do this year. You probably didn't have a strategic plan in place. So did you accomplish it, right? No, we have the one, Jan. So if you're getting our emails, you're good. Yeah. So Abby also put the link for you guys for that on Facebook. It's in our Stand Store as well. Or if you're on our email list, the 2025 business planning session is going to be October 30th. When you register, you're going to get the replay. So if you can't attend live, that's totally fine. And we have a back office course so you can get the strategic roadmap plan to print off and just stay really organized with everything. So that's our gift to you for being in our community here. We really appreciate you guys. And yeah, get that Trello board. Please go through that training. I mean, if there's just one thing I could help you guys out with, it's going to be finding leads on social and making sales every day. That's what we're all about here. So hi, Dasha. Nice to see you. So is it Dasha or Dasha? You might need to school me on that one. So we want to make sure you guys are getting the fundamentals in place. And that's really what that sales Trello board is going to be for. Okay. And I have some new glasses. If you guys didn't notice, forgot to ask you guys, I'm rocking the big old Prada here. What do you guys think? They're so obnoxious in the store. We went to get new glasses and Scott's like, this is like our lives. Daisha. I love it. It's so pretty. So Scott's like, will you help me pick out glasses to wear? And I said, but you don't really wear glasses. And he's like, well, yeah, but I still want you to come help me pick them out. I'm like, okay. So we go and here's me. I'm like, oh, I like those. So we go to check out and he's like, how much were your glasses? I was like, I don't know. I have good taste, I guess. I don't know. I think he regrets inviting me to go to the eyeglass store with him. Oh, crack myself up. All right. Well, so good to spend some time with you guys today. And I hope this helped. Let me know if this was helpful, if something landed with you, if you have time to reflect on it and you think about it later, send me a message. I'd love to know. I really would. It means a lot to me that I can support you guys. So thanks for being on. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.